JPI TV Sports G2. I'm Ty Gallagher.
I'm Riley Merritt.
And I'm Alex Morris.
Well, first, let's get right into the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl took place at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Well, I thought it was a well-fought game for both sides, not only just the 49ers making the third and fourth quarter comeback, but everything. I thought the halftime show was unbelievable. The commercials were great. Not as funny as ever, but still, let's get back into sports. But you know, it was very great Super Bowl, very entertaining. A lot of different thoughts on it, and everyone's saying it's the best one ever. I gotta really disagree because
So do I.
I thought the 49ers they weren't as sharp as I thought they would be, and the Ravens' defense was very, very sharp.
They took advantage.
They took advantage of the bad 49ers and the unexperienced Colin Kaepernick. Alex, what were your thoughts?
Well, I think they played great, but people are saying that Jacoby Jones run back for 108 yards. They were saying that it was just luck. That actually could have been a game changer. I would think it was David Akers' fault because he kicked it so hard. He thought it was going out of bounds. So he's just like, oh, I'm just going to run down because I just want to do it for fun. So he starts running down. Jacoby Jones is gone, and I have reservations for 6.
Well, you're very true. Riley, what were your thoughts?
Most people from San Francisco, I was not really a big fan of Colin Kaepernick. Why did they take Smith out? Number 2 highest passer rating in the league, and they take him out. You can't trust a rookie, and the rookie came back to bite him.
No, rookie. Second year man, I gotta really think. You gotta really go for Colin Kaepernick. You gotta go for Colin Kaepernick.
Gotta give him a chance.
You know, you gotta give him a chance. He's gonna learn. Now or never.
Now he's experienced.
Now he's experienced, so now next time he's there, he knows exactly what to do.
Well, now Alex Smith's gonna leave him for the Jets, I think.
Oh.
Now let's see what more students and staff have to say about the game.
From the 13, Flacco, end zone bound, and he's got a touchdown! Anquan Bolden! Touchdown, Baltimore!
I'm here with Max Winnie. Max, what did you think about the Super Bowl?
It was a good game. I was very happy that the Ravens won because it was Ray Lewis's last year, and I am my second favorite team is the Ravens. My first is the Seahawks, as people.
I'm kind of glad that the Ravens won. They played a really good game, and so did the 49ers. And I think how the blackout affected the Ravens and the 49ers is the Ravens' momentum stopped, and the 49ers got to pull it back together.
Oh, it was a wonderful game. I'm so happy that my man Ray Lewis won, bringing it home. It was an overall good game. It was kind of scary when the 49ers were coming back. That was a little, I didn't want it to happen, but that's how I feel.
Made you feel like a 49ers fan were feeling unlucky right there.
Oh, yeah.
How do you think the power outage affected the overall game?
I don't think it affected it too much, but I think it did affect the Ravens a little bit because during that time frame, they after the power outage, they slowed down a little bit. They weren't on their hot streak like before the power outage.
I think it was pretty good, and I watched the whole thing, and I wanted the Ravens to win because of Ray Lewis.
Well, I think it helped the 49ers because the score was 6 to 28, and I think the 49ers realized that they got to step up their game in that period of time where they couldn't play. So I think they realized that they had to step up their game to the Ravens.
I thought the Super Bowl was a great game. I think the 49ers put up a fight with the Ravens, and hopefully next year we'll have a good game also.
How do you think the power outage affected the game?
I think the power outage affected the game because the 49ers could talk on what they're going to do and how they're going to make a comeback.
I think it was a very good game, but I think the 49ers could have done much better in the first quarter if they could have, passed more.
You're very true. How do you think the blackout affected the Ravens and helped the 49ers?
I think the blackout affected the Ravens because the Ravens, they talked about their game plan, while the 49ers, they warmed up and did all their basic moves. They did all this. They did their plays from the playbook and everything.
They kept themselves, prepped and ready for the game.
Lost it in the air. No flag. Incomplete.
Job, Morris. What another fantastic gang of interviews. Well, now, Alex, you have a BCS segment to do. Shoot.
Well, people have been asking me. The question is, what happened to the Florida Gators this year? They still had a great record of 11-2, but they ended up in 9th place, and they couldn't even win the bowl they were in. Like, that's just unacceptable, especially with the season they had starting with number 2 ranking, going down 7 rankings. That's unacceptable.
Yes, they're losing one of their greatest coaches, Urban Meyer. That's just upsetting. Mm-hmm. And now, Alex, what do you think happened in Notre Dame?
To Notre Dame, they wanted it, but I think Alabama just wanted a little bit more, and that just pushed it. Even though the scoreboard didn't show the answer, I think Notre Dame wanted it, but Alabama wanted slightly more, even though they won by a large margin.
They did win a lot. 56 points scored in the whole game.
Yes.
That's not that much for a BCS game.
Huge controvery surrounding
Yeah,
that.
man, I think it threw them off a little bit.
Yeah, very true. Now, Riley, you have an NBA update. Shoot.
The Celtics. If there was a team that needed a player back, it's Rajon Rondo. Get him back. Give him a bone marrow transplant. Get him back on the court. Without them, they are just going to keep falling down, and they're going to go down to 5th place and finish. Then the Nets. If there was a standout team of the year, I think everybody, hands down, would say the Nets. After moving to New York, they have had great success, and I don't think anybody can stop them. They just have to hold it up in the playoffs.
They really do. They're going in a tough streak right now. What's happening in the Thunder? How are they doing?
They're doing great. I think they gotta get
KD and Russell Westbrook making the same old magic that they did in the playoffs.
Kevin Durant dunking from one step inside the free throw line.
Yeah.
Physically, when I was a little boy and I didn't know about Michael Jordan, I thought that was impossible.
Okay, now Ty with an NHL.
Well, the NHL is back officially. It's about time. Well, the New Jersey Devils. I think they're doing pretty great. Can't get a better start from your team than that. I thought the Islanders looking very sharp. If the playoffs ended today, the Devils would be number 4. The Penguins would be number 2. I think it's really good. The NHL is I thought they did 48 games. I think that's plenty enough. But if you get into the playoffs, we're playing much more.
What do you think about how the games are starting now, though, with the fights?
There's plenty of fights. Trust me, there's always fights in the season. No matter what, no matter who's playing, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
The rivalries are big now.
Mm-hmm.
Because now every game counts, and when every game counts, it's very disappointing if your team loses.
Like start of the season rivalries.
Yeah.
Like everybody would think it's no big deal. It's the start of the season, but since the lockout, they need to act quick. Like everybody's like the NHL right now.
Because now it's like you're fighting for a spot. You're fighting for the 8th seed and all that. Well, that just wraps us up here on JPI TV Sports G2. I'm Ty Gallagher.
I am Riley Merritt.
And I'm Alex Morris.
And remember to Google us,
watch us,
like us,
and share us.